But let's talk about the time, because that's something that I ran into in the beginning. You're doing anything and everything. You're
so
super, you know?
I have like, yeah, exactly. And right now we are doing this podcast super early in the morning, because after that I'm going to my regular job. And after, so from 9 to 5 I'm at Tumblr. From 5 to 8:30 I'm with my kids. Like I'm not doing anything else. And from 8:30 to no time I'm editing. And whenever I go film someone, it depends. It can be during lunch break, can be early in the morning. It really depends on the person.
Leia's gonna have a very short lunch break because of me this morning. Right. I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's the way I manage my time.
So let's talk about family, because that's something as, very rarely I do like women in tech stuff or like women in blah, 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 because I'm someone that's like, hey, let's have a tech panel and just like have half women on it instead of, there's a lot of, I'm sure you get reached out for a lot of that stuff, but there's certain things that we actually really do have to worry about when you want a family and you want a career.
Yes.
Your body is going to be put on hold in order to have a baby. It is different for women, right?
Yes.
So there's a certain level of planning you have to do where, I don't think it's worth being over worried about, but that's always been something in the back of my head is, Jeannie is alive and well. That was weird. My mom, growing up, she's great. She's a stay-at-home mom. And I was like, Jeannie, rest in peace. She was awesome. And I was like, I'm just going to be a mom. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. That's going to be my profession. And then I went to college and I had all these hopes and dreams. So I'm like, oh, this is exciting. Like, I want to be a career woman. But then you still have that. You're like, oh, I mean, that is so fun. Having a family, building a life together. But then, so that's always in the back of my head of like, okay, I'm 25 now. It's like, how much runway do I have? Like and you have to juggle things in the back of your mind that, a lot of men don't have to think about, right? And so when you said you had your first kid at 25, and that's usually when your career starts to get going, right?
Yep.
So is that something that you've always been thinking about, or have you found yourself in, it sounds like you've had really good relationships with companies who've worked with you, but can you kind of talk through was that a worry growing up, or are you just like, it'll work itself out,
So we moved with my husband 12 years ago in the US because he was doing his master here. We planned this just for 1 year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was not the plan to stay, but we loved it so much that we stay. And the thing was always to say, when we will have kids, we will go back to France, to have help and.
Because all your family is still in France,
everybody. But I love it so much here, and people and everything, and the vibes and the energy. We without thinking, we did our first kid, my son Adam, and it was just smooth. And also my husband is so helpful. And
he seems so cool.
He's so cool. And
we need to have dinner together.
We will.
I know we're both so
busy. And
busy.
he loves your content.
Cool.
So much. Like whenever I'm like, okay, there is a new video and we are like together watching you.
I love
because
that.
you make us laugh so much. Like that you are so funny.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, yes, and he's so helpful and so supportive. And whenever I want to do something, he's there. Like, I will take care of the kid. Don't worry, just go.
That's cool.
Yeah, so this is something that is huge for me, and that makes me not worry about having a second kid. We did a second kid 18 months after, and all the video stuff didn't start at that time. Like, I'm 33. It was when I was 25. So we got our 2 kids. Everything was so smooth and everything. And I had the plan to wait between those 2 kids and the third one. I wanted to do a gap because I wanted them to be big enough when I have my third kid.
Yeah. So was it always 3 kids?
I want 4.
Oh!
So one
dot. We'll see, guys.
My mom did that. So she had like my 2 big brother and sister. She waited 6 years and had 2 more. And she always told me that it was like a second a second
so
young,
cool.
like, I don't know how do you say that, but like second life, you know?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to do the same, and I'm like doing the same. But like, just to your point, like I feel like you don't have to be scared. And also when you have a good partner, like you will be, and your mom is not far. Yeah. I just wanted to have kids, and kids for me are like everything. They give me so many, they brought me everything. Like they now they are big, and they are like, just also they are into videos. Like now I teach.
Smart.
They are like, and they came to my workshop, like they are part of everything.
More people to share it with.
And when I was pregnant, of my third kid, this was like in the full, like,
I mean, how was that?
Yeah, he's one, so you can like know that he's. So I went to shoot. I was pregnant, and I usually never talk about this. Even like on Instagram, I don't share. Even like maybe when they are part of my videos, you can see them, but I don't. Say I'm a mom of 3. I don't say that I have another job. Like, I just concentrate on this digital content creator part because I just don't feel people needs to know that. But they are so into it, and they help me a lot. But yeah, like I just, when I was pregnant, to every shoot, I did a shoot like maybe 1 month after I got my baby. And by the way, his name is Zach, just because I love Zach King, which is...
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to
Zach, are you out there? Do you hear that? That's the next big collab. You named your baby after Zach King.
There is 2 reasons why I named him Zach, because we were at the theater and we saw this movie Jurassic Park, and the kid that saved all the park from the dinosaur, his name was Zach.
Oh,
okay, now you know all my life.
I love it. I love
but
it so
yeah,
much.
I feel like if there is anyone listening and want to have kids, but like are afraid to not make it, like the career path and everything, I feel like you will regret if you don't do it. You have time. Like, we are not in rush to have kids. Like, just
it has changed.
Yeah, but like it won't like changing anything. Like, you will be pregnant, you can walk. Like, I was walking for my first kid, I was walking the day before I deliver.
Oh my gosh.
You know, you know, in France they have 1 year, almost 1 year maternity leave, and for me that's a nightmare, because I cannot be at home 1 year. Like you don't even have the baby. What do you need? Like, you can walk while pregnant. You can.
I love that. I love that so much. Well, so can you talk a little bit about because I think it depends what you want. You can do what you want, guys. That's the beauty of like living in the world we're living in, like being a stay-at-home mom or a working mom. Like, I know being a mom is probably the most judged profession, which I don't know why. I hope, it gets better, but truly it has gotten better, I think. But I think a lot of people find that I'm going to be a better mom if I'm a better me, right? And I feel like that's what you've done. You're like, hey, when I feel creative, when I feel whole as an individual human, you're probably going to be a better wife, a better mom,
And one of the big thing, and one of the question was, should we go back in France? And
Right.
and the only reason why I will go back in France, it's for my family. Right. And at some point we went in France and we asked our parents and we said, okay, we want to go back. And my mom's first question was like, why do you want to go back? Why do you want to go? I'm like, just for you guys. She said, that's a wrong way to see stuff. Like you have to think about yourself.
Wow.
Where are you happy? I'm like, I'm so happy in New York.
You have a sick mom.
My mom, and also my husband's parents, they were so supportive. And they say, like, you have to be happy. If your kids see an unhappy mom, they won't be happy.
Wow.
And don't do that for us. Just do it for you. Like, what?
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, me too. Because it was such a life decision, you know? And when you have a family that are so supportive, and then so that's the thing. Like, you have to be happy. You have to sometimes think about yourself and your family. My dad always told me, like, don't think about us. You have to build your family. Your family, it's you, your husband, your kids. It's not us. Like, you don't have to think for your sister, your brother, because it's not your life. Like, and my mom also say, like, she say quality over, like how do you say, quality over quantity? Like, she said, like
over having the mansion and taxes.
Exactly. Yeah. She said, like, the time we see each other, it's so good. We don't have to see each other every day. Like, even your sister and brother, we don't see each other every day.
Quality
and we
time.
don't, exactly, we don't enjoy, exactly. So that was the main question, you know.
Oh, that's,